Hey Guru Nation, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share. This is a video for the job seekers, whether you are brand new in the industry or whether you are on your 100th different job, whether you are trying to move vertically, whether you're trying to move horizontally, or whether you are trying to break into the industry. I gotta give a disclaimer because these days you have to give these disclaimers. Whatever I say, it is not a green light to lie on your resume saying you've done things you haven't done. Alright? There's two types of people in this industry. There's the brand new people, so you don't have enough experience for the job you are seeking. And then there are those that have more experience than the job that they're seeking. Both are a little bit weird to employers. So this video was actually inspired by somebody who reached out to me on LinkedIn today. They said, hey, I've been trying to be a CRA. I can't get interviews. And I said, look, send me your resume. I'll look at it. Send me his resume on LinkedIn. Pharmacovigilance. All right. He was essentially, in addition to that, quality control, leading a team of over 80 people at a sponsor, and pharmacovigilance at another sponsor. This person seems way overqualified to be a CRA. However, he really wants to be a CRA. I don't blame him. A lot of times, CRAs get paid a good amount of money. They offer a good amount of flexibility, especially when you're on a contract. There's a lot of perks to being a CRA. Plus, it's more of a generalist position. This person did not put any transferable skills on his resume. All he did was, and this is what 99% of people do, they have their resume, they assume, people in this person's position assume, hey, everybody knows what pharmacovigilance is, everybody knows what quality control is, so they should be able to read between the lines and know that I would make a great CRA. False. Okay, job recruiters are busy. Half of the time, it's not even the person filtering the resumes. It's an algorithm first, using keyword search. I learned this from Ashley Margot. Then it gets to a human, where you get a few seconds of their eyeball time. Then, if they like it, they'll schedule an interview. The goal for you is to get this interview scheduled. So you got to get past the algorithm, and you got to get past the 3 to 5 second attention span of a job recruiter. They're not reading between the lines, okay? They have no clue that you, as a pharmacovigilance, know what SUSARs are, you know how to report SUSARs, you know the IRB process. They have no clue that you, as a quality control personnel in charge of 80 people at your sponsor, know what it means to do source data verification, source data review, know what it means to train people on protocols, know what it means to deal with IRBs and deal with investigators and deal with colleagues and all those kind of things. They have no clue. Only you know that. And only I know it because I actually spent more than 5 seconds looking at your resume. I spent about a minute looking at your resume, and I was like, all right, how is this person not able to get a job? Oh, it's obvious. There are 0 transferable skills listed on his resume. That doesn't mean he didn't have any transferable skills. He has every transferable skill imaginable to make an outstanding CRA. So a few tweaks on his actual resume to make it easy for the algorithms to find him, and to make it easy for the algorithms and the human, once it gets in front of a human eyeball, to make the human schedule an interview. So that's for the job seeker seeking to go below their current job title or move horizontally. Don't be lazy and use your same resume for every job, assuming people are going to read and figure out, okay, this person must have been able to do this. They're not even going to waste their time. But if it's put on your resume, you have a greater chance of getting called in for an interview. And this is where the liars will get weeded out. Because if you put all these transferable skills for a position that you don't actually have, that you cannot defend in an interview, it's over for you forever for that company, And if it's a CRO, that's a bad thing. It's over for you forever with that recruiter. If it's a big recruiter, that's a bad thing. So you got to defend yourself. Now, moving up a position, a little bit tougher, because transferable skills, you have to get a little more creative. Always look at the position you want. They usually break down the responsibilities. This is where you really got to know the nuances of clinical research and that particular position, because you need to know how to figure out how to attain those transferable skills if you don't have them, or creatively figure out a way to present them to where it's not lying, but the recruiter sees it's like a no-brainer to at least bring you on for an interview. So a good example of this is training others. If you're going to be a coordinator or a CRA, at some point you are training other people, whether you're training other people at your site, in the case of a coordinator, or whether you are training sites and investigators at a CRA. Try to think of times in your previous roles where you've had training responsibilities. That's an easy one. People management. That's one that you don't have to think so far ahead. But another thing is interacting with patients. So B2C, business to consumer. One of my current coordinators, she was working at a hair salon, and her transferable skill was dealing with, in her case, customers, people getting their hair done. In our case, it's patients needing to come in to get their study visits scheduled. So I was able to see that as a transferable skill, but she actually brought it up in the interview. I actually asked her, what do you think some transferable skills are from your previous role? How do you think that will help you be a coordinator? And she did her homework and said, hey, I know patient recruitment's important, patient retention's important. This relates to my customer service skills. So you have to put those things in your resume. In her case, sites look for patient recruitment, patient retention. So if you've been in any role where you were in charge of acquiring customers and then keeping them happy, so customer service, that's a transferable skill. But you want to use the words recruitment and retention, right? So instead of saying customer acquisition, which sounds a little bit foreign to a clinical research site, you want to say customer recruitment. And instead of saying customer service, because that's not really a term used in our industry, although it should be, you want to say customer retention. And then you want to find buzzwords in our industry and make those apply to what you've done. This is where you got to do some homework and not really be lazy. So hopefully this helps. Don't lie. That's not what I'm telling you to do. But a lot of you guys have transferable skills. You just haven't. You're assuming everyone's going to know because you're awesome. And that's a bad assumption. I do the same thing. I do the same thing when I used to apply for jobs. Like, nobody knows, nobody cares. What they care about is, will they look bad bringing you in for an interview? Once you figure that part out, I need to make this person, because whomever is setting up my interview most likely is not the ultimate decision maker. So I just need to make them not look bad. How can I make it easier for them to justify bringing me in for an interview? And then once you come in for an interview, that's a whole nother video. You have to be able to defend the transferable skills that you put on your resume from the context of that employer, which means you got to do your homework, you got to figure out what the pain points are for that particular stakeholder, for that particular area of operation of that stakeholder, etc. So anyways, like, subscribe, comment, share, Guru Nation. Catch you soon. Good luck. Bye-bye.